My very first pack in Pokemon Pocket, I opened a genetic Apex and I opened an immersive Pikachu. And the kid inside of me just completely blew up. I fell in love. I was instantly charmed, completely hooked. And since, I've been playing Pokemon Pocket ever since. Now, if you know anything about this channel, you'll know that I'm quite a sweaty dude. I play ranked, I play tournaments, and I love to keep up to date with the meta. So I kind of just want to talk about the game in a very honest way because I love this game. And that's why this is going to hurt a little bit. So now that I've set the tone for the video, take a chill, sit down, relax. We're going to start from the beginning. So obviously got the really cool immersive card and I was like, whoa man, this is just nostalgia driven. It's got the Gen 1 cards and I was all about the collection, It was just the immediate rush of, oh, this is fun. But then I started getting into the game itself and there was a very key moment during Space Time Smackdown. I was playing an Empoleon deck. And I was using Manaphy, and Empoleon, if you don't know, can hit 2 targets at once. And I had Manaphy and a Palkia, and I built this deck, and for the first time I was like, oh, this game actually does have layers to it. There's some decisions. You got to think ahead, especially if you're hitting 2 targets. And that's where I think I fell in love with the actual game, not just the cards. And that's why things lately have been feeling so disappointing. I see a lot of people complain about the game. It's not that there's no night mode or that, the animations take too long, which is a serious problem. The UI is so slow. Those are like the common things that I tend to see. That you can't rip a 10 back of promos. But it's more so the problem of how the game is played right now. The core problem for me is, like right now, if you look at ranked, it just feels awful to play. Not because people are being sweaty, and that's expected, right? Ranked should be sweaty, in a way. But it just feels bad because by the time ranked even starts, the format is already solved. If you look at this season, right, we're all playing the same 4 decks right now. It's Altaria, Hydreigon, Oricorio, maybe Suicune. And if you look at all the cards that we got in the beginning and how people were theory crafting, I promise you, I had the time of my life. I was waving the flag of this being the best expansion ever until rank starts, and you realize that everyone's figured everything out. So now people are bringing the most optimized decks to ranked, and it's just miserable. We're all playing the same decks from like a couple of months ago. And it's also the nature of the decks. Like, this is the way that the decks are kind of structured at the moment, that they're very RNG heavy, right? Rare Candy, Copycat. It just, like, to me, I call it like playing slots, man. Because you're re-rolling your hand, and you get candy, you win. So it just feels like ranked is solved on day one. And it stops being a card game. It's like, it becomes like a chore, dude. Like, ranked is feeling like, oh, I have to grind through some of the horrible spots and the variance that's going to come, because there's high variance because you're playing such like crazy decks that just come online turn 1, turn 2. And it's completely taken out of that magic of like decisions, thinking ahead, Another thing is like deck building used to be half the fun, man. You're cooking ideas, you refine your lists. You find like weird lines that work somehow. Now, it's like Greninja, Chingling, Rare Candy, Oricorio, Pichu, Slop. Right? Sound familiar? It's copy-paste, man. It's also like, did you draw the thing or not? Did you wake up from your sleep or not? Can this guy flip more than 4 heads on his Lucky Ice Pop? Probably yes. But that's what it boils down to. Like, what wins? Can I wake up? Did they find Rare Candy? Or can this ice pop go off? There's no creative space, it's felt like. And that's brutal for a game that should reward imagination. Instead, we're in a meta with the same 4 decks. It's not exciting, there's no like skill expression really. It's feeling like the game is already deciding who wins. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks like this, man. This is just like a sentiment that I think is generally shared from everyone that's playing the game right now. So a little something about me is I used to play poker for a living. I was a professional poker player. Used my own money, and in poker you learn something really fast, that bad beats, they happen. Bad beats happen. But if they happen too often, to the point where it's no longer normal variance, it happens way too frequently, it's a sign that something is broken. And that's where Pocket is right now. That's what it feels like. It's where the outcome like just feels kind of random. You in this place of frustration. And I think that's where a lot of people are feeling. And the result of that is people are leaving. People have stopped wanting to engage in this, in that feeling of frustration. So we have a new expansion coming out, and everyone's very excited about it. It can fix Pockets. No, I'm kidding. But if we have the same issue of there being a delay for ranked, we're gonna be in the exact same situation in a couple of weeks, where the meta is already solved, none of the new cards are being used, and it's the same couple of decks: Alt, Grain, Hydreigon, Zone, or Ori Zone, and Suicune, and that's it. So we get excited for a week, and then ranked opens and it's the same decks. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the different types that we have in the game. So, you know how we have fire, water, dragon, you know all the different types. We all have our favorites. But I see a problem in the types that we have. Electric cards, for example. I was looking through some of the electric cards that we have. And some of them are like really, really cool. But none of them have HP pool of like, they all have this, I guess, glass cannon. You know, they're terribly, terribly fragile. And you wonder why. It's because one card kind of defines a whole type. I'm not saying that's the case with electric, but you can see it in some of the other types. For example, like grass, you know, leaf, everything. If you look at some of the cards, like everything costs so much energy and has such a hectic retreat cost. And fighting, for example, like fighting, we've got nothing. Like fighting should be scary, man. But it isn't. It really isn't. There's nothing there. And don't get me started on the water, right? We all know what's caused water to be so terrible. We don't speak her name. But some cards, like for example, She Who Should Not Be Named, has ruined the entire water archetype. You can like look at fighting, you can maybe make an argument that it's Rampardos. And you can look at electric and you can maybe make a case that it's Oricorio or Zone. But some cards, like specifically some cards, have ruined the design space for everything else around them. And that's not the fault of the type, man. That's just it seems like a fault of long-term planning. And so what do you ask yourself, like, what's the solution then, Mr. Wriggler? Well, it's not really my place to say. I'm just kind of pointing out a root cause here, you know? I don't think nerfing cards is the answer. I don't think I've ever called for a nerf on the card, except for like I thought that card needs to go. Yeah. But I think nerfs would just create a power vacuum, and then something else will just fill the space. There'll be a new card that everyone will complain about. A rotation, though. Rotation kind of fixes the creativity. Rotation refreshes deck building. Makes new cards matter. It does hurt to say goodbye to some of the favorites, but I would be totally okay saying goodbye to Greninja. And that's someone that loves Greninja. Look at all my decks. They all have Greninja in it. I would hate to see goodbye to my beloved Sabrina, but you know, if that's the price that we have to pay, I'm happy to see it be shuffled out. But seeing the same cards in every deck forever hurts way more than saying goodbye to Sabrina and goodbye to Greninja. It's just unhealthy, man. I think an interesting question I was asking myself was like, if it was up to me, what would I do? Me personally, like what would I do to make Pokemon Pockets a better place? More fun, make it more engaging. By the way, this is all, I need to kind of just jump in here and say, the reason I'm making this video is because the CEO made a statement about Pokemon Pocket. He said he doesn't want people to play this game competitively. He wants it to be like a side thing at events where people trade and that's it. You know? And I think that's just a fundamental, like, such a bad philosophy, such a bad perspective to have on such a cool game. Like, if that is your vision, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? You've got such a cool game and such a die-hard audience. You should be catering to them, making it fun, developing it, making it better. So if it was up to me, what I'd do, I would make rank season shorter, 2 weeks. That's a nice period, but it would start immediately after the new set. One day, maybe a day. But then it gets everyone incentivized to go into ranked with their new decks. You know, dial up the rewards a little bit. And then all of a sudden, people are experimenting, people are playing, they're loving it. Let people play, man. Let people test. Let this meta kind of form naturally and in a fun way. Not when it's already solved. Not when you just take some tournament list and you just download and you... But that I know won't revive the game. That's just, I guess, one idea of how to step in the right direction. Just change the way that people play the game. Change the perspective that everyone has. Because right now I think people are just frustrated, man. So I really love this game. This is kind of why I made this video. It's the reason why I made this channel, man. I love the game. You know, I love building decks. I've had decks featured on Mega Mogwai. I've competed at the highest level. I'm not like angry or anything like that. I'm just disappointed at how good this game could be, man. How great it could be. And it hurts seeing a game with this much potential feel like it's just handled by people that don't love it the same way that the players do, that we do. So yeah, man, that's kind of how I feel about Pokemon Pocket right now. Yeah, I'm still here, I still care. But something's got to change. The game deserves better. And that's kind of an emotional closing, but that's how I feel, man. Anyways, I'm gonna let this this game kind of play out, and I'll dial up the music and you guys can tell me your thoughts. Tell me how you feel about this game, like right now. If it's frustrated, or if you are loving it, or what you're excited about, what your biggest pet peeve is. I just want to hear like what people have to say. Anyways, we'll see you guys soon. I'll have a video out soon, I'm sure, when the new trailer comes out. But otherwise, love you lots. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers, bye.